The best gun in Battlefield 2042 is not always the best weapon for you. Just like the weapons you get to choose, not all players are created equal. There are a variety of playstyles in 2042 with different specialists that can be utilized in different situations. Yeah, we all know this. Now, the best weapon in 2042, whatever that may be, sometimes it's the SFAR, the K30, the P90, it does not matter unless that weapon caters to your playstyle. Today we are covering the very weapon I believe is the most underrated weapon in the game. Really, not a whole lot of people are using it, and if you are, then you must know how consistent it really is. This weapon is one of the few weapons that has little to no recoil without any special attachments. The base weapon is extremely versatile. The base weapon shuts down gunfights in close and even at distance. It has no problem picking off people with 2 or 3 short bursts. This is actually a weapon I tend to favor because the damage drop-off is very little and is able to compete with the SMGs after you slap on a laser sight. Now, if you play this game very frequently, you may have noticed we are indeed talking about the M16A3, one of the many weapons that have been imported over from Portal under the pseudonym Vault Weapons. Out of all the weapons, I believe this is a great choice if you are a beginner and maybe you want to try out different playstyles. The reason I say this is because the weapon just kind of has no recoil. Like, you don't even have to throw on the foregrip. You can throw on a laser sight and it's still very, very good. Very controllable. It's just a good experience. Now, the only thing I can whine about this weapon is just one thing, which kind of plagues all the other Vault weapons. It's the amount of attachments. It's just, you don't have any options. It's not customizable. But what can I boast most about this weapon? Is that it does not need anything more, actually. It doesn't need a bunch of attachments because it's so good by itself. It feels strong and consistent in most situations across the battlefield. For a quick rundown of attachments, here is what I currently use. For pretty much all ranges, all scenarios, I kinda just keep the laser sight on. The recoil is just so little, almost anyone can be consistent with it. For the sight, I have been switching between the Cobra red dot and the other red dot, but occasionally I'll switch to the larger 3.4 times scope if I see like a glare from a sniper and I wanna, just kinda have some cover fire. Most gunfights, I prefer this standard barrel, especially for indoor combat, but for everything else, I recommend using the long barrel because it doesn't really affect and have the negative effects it usually does for the recoil. It still is really low with this long barrel. To be brutally honest, this is the only weapon I do not use a grip on because the base weapon is just so user-friendly. But as always, keep all the options in your plus system, so while you're playing, you can see what works best for you. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe so you can be sure to see the next one, and if you want to help a, small creator out, I appreciate it and thank you for the support. As always, have a good one, fellas, and I'll see you on the next video.